My Weird School Fast Facts. Space, Humans, and Farts. Written by Dan Gutman. Pictures by Jim Pellot. Chapter 5. Materials. Stuff about stuff. Materials are things we can use to make other things. Okay, that makes no sense at all. Do you mean stuff? Yes, stuff. We scientists usually call it material. We know lots of stuff about stuff. Here are some fast facts. Do you know what glass is made out of? Sand. It's true. That's why it makes sense that glass was first made in sandy places like Syria, Mesopotamia, and Egypt. Archaeologists have found pieces of glass that date back to 3,500 BCE. Of all the stuff we have, glass is some of the most useful. It's really easy to shape it, clean it, color it, and see through it. It lasts a long time. It resists water, heat, cold, and decay, and it can be recycled easily. Of course, it can break easily too. But can you imagine a world without windows, a world without mirrors? How would we know what we look like? If I didn't have a mirror, I wouldn't be able to fix my hair. Your hair is broken? Very funny, Arlo. And now they have safety glass. It uses a thin layer of resin between two layers of glass, so it doesn't fly around and hurt people when it breaks. That is perfect for the windshield of a car. Silk comes from worms, so if you wear a silk blouse, you're wearing something that used to be inside a worm. Gross! A silkworm will spend weeks eating mulberry leaves and lettuce. It will eat 50,000 times its own weight of that stuff. Then it uses its salivary glands to produce this gooey stuff called fibrin. With that, it starts spinning a cocoon. A silkworm spends the next 48 hours turning around and around to create silk. Cotton comes from a plant, so the t-shirt you're wearing right now grew out of the ground. It was about 7,000 years ago that somebody in what is now Pakistan figured out that the cotton plant could be a food and a fabric. That's right, cottonseed is used as a feed for cattle and can also be made into oil and margarine. Cotton can absorb up to 27 times its own weight in water. Thomas Edison's first successful light bulb used a filament that was made from cotton. A baseball has 150 yards of cotton inside it. One bale of cotton can be made into 215 pairs of jeans, or 313,600 $100 bills. So paper money is not made out of paper. Wool comes from sheep. Their fleece is just sheared off, like the sheep are getting a haircut. It doesn't hurt. The record time for shearing a sheep is 37.9 seconds. People have been making wool into clothing since the Bronze Age. Wool can be used to make lanolin, which can be used in lip balm, moisturizer, and shoe polish. Sheep wool is even used for the insulation in houses. For centuries, all clothing was made from natural stuff like silk, cotton, and wool. Then, in 1935, an American chemist named Wallace Hume mixed some chemicals together, like hexamethylenediamine, if you must know, and created a synthetic fiber that came to be called nylon. Synthetic fiber is strong, warm, light, water-resistant, smooth, stretchy, and cheap. Today, almost half of the clothing in the world is made from synthetic fiber. Synthetic fiber is also used in everything from backpacks to parachutes. Do you know what the hardest stuff in the world is? Diamonds? Wrong. So na boo boo on you. Diamonds used to be the hardest stuff in the world, but then some scientists at North Carolina State University created some new stuff called Q-carbon by shooting laser beams at carbon. They hope to someday use it to make synthetic body parts, deep water drills, and screens for televisions and cell phones. The nice thing about stuff is that you can make a lot of stuff into new stuff without having to throw away any old stuff. You just use it again. Recycled paper can be made into toilet paper and paper towels. Recycled plastic can be made into a chair, a road, or just about anything. Aluminum cans and glass bottles can be made into more cans and bottles. Did you know that if we recycled all the aluminum we have today, we would never have to make any more aluminum? Try this. You can become a one-person recycling center. Instead of throwing stuff away, sell it, swap it with a friend, donate it to a yard sale or thrift store. If we recycle our stuff, we conserve the Earth's natural resources, we save money, we use less energy, and we reduce waste and pollution. We could talk a lot more about stuff, but we have a lot more stuff to talk about. So, we're going to stop talking about stuff now so we can talk about other stuff. Like the science of machines and light and sound and famous scientists and the science of farting and burping and pooping and peeing. Arlo, we're not going to talk about those things. This is an important science book. That's what you think.